called Nope. Complain about my back hurting, but I remember praying for physical pain instead of the mental. If I wake up at 7, just to wait till 11, I thought that meant keeping the plan simple. Real friends reach out, so I do the same. I have to realize that not everybody showcases their heart like I do. Therefore, the demeanor changed. More energy needs to be placed in some self-elevation. Self-love doesn't come until we learn grace and patience. But who's teaching that? Nobody. Because it's easier to be undisciplined than it is to ask for help. The internet is ruining men that don't even understand what it means to work on themselves. When you're alone, there's not much of a choice. Comparing your story to everyone else's just robs you of the joy. I remember the ACL tear. I remember thinking I lost my powers because Daddy wasn't there. Many didn't understand what weight it held until I got older. Stopped wearing a mask to show something real, but all my friends think every day is the 31st of October. Fighting scary sights away with how well I understand the things I can't. Still stressing over situations I don't have control over because it wasn't in the plans. But that's what builds character, the ability to adjust. You get out and start saying no for a change, then you're left with just us. All right, this is called traffic. Today, I let a guy pull out in front of me in a line of traffic. A simple smile and head nod to lead the way. Impatience is a villain that the heroes hold captive, and right here is where I begin to understand if it benefits them, they'll listen to what I have to say. A stranger on his journey, but a small portion of me gets added to his book. If you excel at reading the room, every micro ounce of acknowledgement changes your outlook. I remember making PowerPoints in middle school of everything I dreamed of. Now the dreams fill stanzas, and my family asks why I don't sleep enough. If my words aren't a cape to you, then I hope there's nothing around your neck that keeps you from speaking. If my words aren't a cape to you, then I hope every bit of pain that you hide gets found when the insecurities start peaking. Who am I if I don't allow room for others to confide in me? Would you listen to my advice if I told you how much time I spent crying silently? I'm a big Mac Miller guy. He's actually my favorite artist, and I listen to a lot of music, so I wanted to implement some of what he does into this. So this is called Good News. My family wants me calling with good news, but I don't know the meaning of that outside of Mac. They don't like when I'm down, and unfortunately, I already knew that. Good news, good news, good news, that's all they want to hear. But when I mention the things that force me to spiral, I can't get near. Conversation quality at an all-time low. Maybe I should try therapy again, or some different friends. But for years, this poetry has been both, which doesn't make things easier to let go. Every altering situation holds weight in my world because I somehow have to find a future in this mess. But the only thing I know how to do is disassociate and put Malcolm on when I feel overstimulated with stress. I'm reminded that nobody sees things through my perspective, and that shit's lonely. Told to get over it by putting a smile on my face to a bunch of strangers that don't care to know me. So many things I haven't learned, and I have to get smacked in the face with every unit. Sometimes I wish I was back in culinary, making top 10 lists of an artist's best music. I sit back and see how much everyone is struggling, but just drown in their vices. And I do the same. So when I start swerving through these lines, some past years will see I'm the nicest. Weekly poetry because I'm trying to use and learn to love my voice. If I understand that everybody's got to live and die, all these hand-me-downs would always mean something if it was my choice. So this is called Beauty After Rain. Pretty places can change a perspective. Pretty faces can change the objective. But what do we say about a pretty voice, though? Kentucky boy's accent is cute, so I'm trying to show you these voice notes. Looking for bright spots in life when I feel low. Perception got me getting butterflies hearing my name said by pretty Russian women I don't know. Sometimes it's easier to show love to strangers in our head. Sometimes I like to take pictures of how the horizon looks during a sunset, picking a song to fit the vibe, sitting in silence to write about green or brown eyes, while hoping someone looks into mine. Thinking that the family nickname is the epitome of what inspires me the most. If the sunshine ran out, tell them to put 2012 on the aux court and Jay Sean and Nicki Minaj can raise a toast. Life is beautiful in the dark times. You just got to find the outlet with a source of hope. Reminders of the details in the park lines. cherishing how these pickup games brought us close. Finding my teammates with dimes and getting 3 points off a pick and pop with Zay. Figuring out to write positive, sometimes you gotta wait for the rain delay. Adjusting regardless of the weather. When it rains, I forget my umbrella on purpose. The other day I picked up a rose off the road and was reminded that having no rain eventually hurts us.
Come on, man.